What's going on, everyone? Hey, it's Jason again. Today is Friday, July 5th, 2019. Getting ready to throw down some Milorganite. For those of you that are new to the channel, Heather takes care of the flowers, I take care of the lawn. Welcome to our Missouri yard. So like I said, I'm going to throw down some Milorganite, and then if I can get it in before the rain comes in, I'm going to do some d-thatch and aerate. So again, from the n-ext line of products from Green County Fertilizer. Let's go see what the Milorganite looks like. All right, here's what the bag of Milorganite looks like. And some of you may not be familiar with it, but it is basically an organic type of fertilizer, and it's a slow release nitrogen, so you can put it down on July 4th weekend and not have to worry about it burning your yard. Quick look at it: 6% nitrogen, 4% phosphorus, and 0 potassium. And you'll see that one bag covers 2,500 square feet. Turn it over. All right, so we're in the northern area. They are recommended applying it 4 times a year: Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, and Thanksgiving, at 32 pounds per 2,500 square feet, which is what this bag is. And I have the Scott's Edge Guard over here, so we're going to set it at 11.5. And since it's a regular feeding, it's not a new lawn, it's a regular feeding, so it's going to set at 11.5, and we're going to go at it. The other thing is, I recently found out, I don't even know if it says it on here anywhere, I haven't looked, but during the garden tour I was talking to some of the gardening ladies, and they say this is a great deer deterrent. So we had some deer nibbling on some flowers, so we're going to see how that works out for us too. Alright, I have a bag open and ready to go. My spreader right over here. I'm going to do the shaded area first. This is what it looks like. It's got a unique smell to it. Some people say that it smells like success. All right, I'm gonna get going. Okay, so I forgot to mention this little comment here on the bag of the Milorganite: derived from recycled nutrients provided by the waste or by the water reclamation process. So basically, this is done in Milwaukee, as where their home plant is. And see, it's manufactured by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewage District. Yes. From the sewage district, they get their byproduct from, I guess it's human waste, I guess you could say. And also, it doesn't smell like poop, so don't worry about that. But I also want to point out that it has a lot of iron in it too, 2.5% iron and some calcium in there. So that's going to help with the greening again too. Remember, it was 2 weeks ago, I believe, roughly 2 weeks ago, that I did the double dark with the extra iron. So we're pumping some iron into it, get dark green grass. But this is some great stuff. We're iron rich. Okay guys, I got to show it to you. I've officially tagged my spreader. Official Lawn Care Nut. The lawncarenut.com LCN. You often hear that. Throw her down and hope for the best. And that's what I did. The whole yard is spread with Milorganite. Apparently I went too thick because I used 5 bags instead of 4 bags. I have about 10,000 square feet, and which should have been 4 bags, and I used all of 5 bags. So apparently I went way too heavy on it, but it'll be okay, no problem. I want to show you something too. I couldn't figure out why for quite a while what I refer to as a football field, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell. You can see different shades of green. And I finally figured it out. I overseeded in this area, and the darker green areas are where it was really thin. You can see down there. And there's a patch right in there. It was really thin, okay? And I couldn't figure out why those parts were so much darker than the rest. Here's the deal. When I overseeded, I got the grass seed blend, I guess you would call it, from GCI Turf, and he has an awesome blend of turf, and the blend he put together is supposed to be a super dark green type of fescue, turf type tall fescue, and that is why this is GCI Turf seed and this is what was here before, maybe even like Kentucky 31 or something like that, I don't know, but that's why I finally figured it out. Thought it was pretty cool. I thought I'd share it with you. So Pete, GCI Turf, that's where you need to get your grass seed. You get some nice dark green grass. for turf type tall fescue. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to spray and pray. So we're going to do a concoction today of aerate and d-thatch. Aerate I've used before. This is a liquid aeration product. What does it has? It has the potash, and then I believe it has 8% humic acid, and the potash is derived from potassium hydroxide, it looks like. Alright, so this, as with all the directions, we're going to shake it well first, and then we're going to apply at, I think we're going to go ahead and do at 9 ounces per 1,000 square feet. I hope I have enough because I don't have a whole bottle here, so I hope I have enough. And liquid aeration. So what is that? You've probably seen, as I've said in previous videos and if you've seen other videos regarding this product, Aerate from n-ext, from Greene County Fertilizer. You've probably seen people do core aeration or manual aeration. We had to bring out the big heavy machine and it plugs the holes and it leaves little plugs of dirt. That's called manual aeration. And that takes a lot of work and it does a pretty good job. But the liquid aeration is a lot easier to do because you're not pushing around that big heavy machine, and it does a 100% coverage of aeration. I made a post out on our Facebook page. I don't know if anybody saw it or not, but at the garden tour we had some tents set up, some canopies. I just call them easy ups because that's what the original one was called, was an easy up, and we had to put tent stakes down to use them in. And the ladies brought it over and brought over a mallet, and I looked at them and I said, if I've done my job correctly, we won't need that mallet. So I took that tent stake and I just pushed it down with my thumb all the way into the ground, all by itself. And I contribute a lot of that to, well, proper irrigation, but also the Aerate, the Humic 12, the RGS, and all these other n-ext products I've been putting in my soil to get my dirt right. Did you hear that, Pete? Get your dirt right. So that's what this is going to do, is aerate, open up what that's going to do is help open up the soil, allow water to penetrate through, so it'll help with the watering, less irrigation and less stress on the grass this summer, and it's going to help make it easier for the grass roots to go down deep, is what we need to do. All right. And the d-thatch, that is a new product that I haven't used yet. Let's see, haven't even really looked at this yet. It just contains 4% humic acid. And then we've got some molasses, fulvic acid, and yeast blends. And this is going to break up the thatch layer of the soil. To break that up and break that into actual nutrients for the lawn, so the grass seed. So it makes it just improve my soil. And that's what I'm doing. So everything I'm doing, I have done all spring, is to improve my soil. We can feed the grass roots with feed the grass with synthetic fertilizers, and that's all it's doing is feeding the grass. What I'm doing is I've been following the program to improve my soil, and then the humic acid works as a chelator for that. So basically it allows the grass to absorb the nutrients that are in the soil a lot easier, is what the humic acid does. So that's why so many things have humic acid, and it's just a huge product. And the d-thatch, that's going to break down the layer of thatch that's in the grass and turn that into nutrients. So that's what the molasses and the yeast are for, is to and it's heat thrived. It works best in the heat, so that's why I'm putting it down now in the hot. It's probably in the mid 80s right now, and it's going to be getting hotter and hotter. The key thing is it's getting ready to rain this afternoon, hopefully, so it'll get watered in really well too. So I'm going to do this, aerate at 9 ounces per 1,000, and let's do the d-thatch at 9 ounces per 1,000. We're going heavy. We're going deep on these things, all right? All right. I got to get my measuring cup, and I'm going to get going. I'm going to be using my backpack sprayer. And you see I already have, I'm going to do the football field first, which is 3,000 square feet. I already got the 2 gallons of water in it, and then I'll fill it up the rest of the way. I got to get to moving, guys. Got a storm cloud coming in. All right, now on to the next section. I show you some of the spraying, but I just showed that in the last video when I did the double dark, so I don't think there's much reason to show spraying other than just tell you what I'm doing. I want to show you something, guys, other than just the spraying. Some unfortunate news. I don't know if you can see the lighter green. It looks pretty light green on my screen here. But like this patch right here, I'm being invaded by Bermuda grass again. And that is all that, what you see, the light green. There's another big patch of it right there. That's all Bermuda grass. All this up and through here, that's all Bermuda grass. Got it everywhere. It's very discouraging, very frustrating. And knowing that I had to come in, I went out to the grass factor there, his weekly show he has on YouTube, Matt Martin, and I asked him about it. So look in here, man, it is just horrible. You see all that? That's all Bermuda grass. It's horrible. Look at that. Anyway, so I asked him about it. How can I treat it to get rid of it? And he gave the unfortunate news that it's going to take multiple applications over multiple years to take care of it, and I may not ever get rid of it. So what I'm considering is just getting a non-selective herbicide, sometimes known as Roundup or glyphosate, and just nuking everything here, because I mean that whole area in there, that's all Bermuda grass. It's just taken over. Bermuda grass is just an alpha grass. It is, once it hits 55 degrees, it grows and it takes over. One interesting thing I did learn from him though is after the summer solstice, the grass, the Bermuda grass, shifts modes from going from a growth stage to a storage stage. So basically all the carbohydrates it's getting, it's storing and storing and storing. Now it's building it up so that when it goes dormant, it'll have it in reserve, and then in the springtime it'll explode. It'll have all that energy available for the explosion of growth. Yeah, see that? I use my pointer here. See that? Stupid mole. I've had a few of them come through my yard where they go in, they dig probably about 10 feet and then come out, and then just, that's it. That's all I got. But I'm getting little patches like that all over the place. They're obviously not finding any food in my yard, which is good. But finding those hills and then the little runs, I had a couple up here too. Let's see if I can find them again. Yeah, see there, and a run through there. So I've had a couple up here. Here's another run here. Went up. So right there. So the good thing is they're not running rampant in the yard, just going for a little bit and coming out, but still annoying. Alright, I got one little less section left to spray on the side of the house by the retaining wall. I'll take you over so you can have a nice view of our back patio garden. I really like how that, what do you call it, a dry creek bed? The watershed creek turned out. The flowers are looking good. Look at all the growth on that Fat Albert blue spruce. I need to hit that again with the shrub and tree pack. I did it on a video on a couple weeks ago. The funny thing is, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, we got a hummingbird feeder there. They never go to it. It's because they have like 8 million flowers to go to instead. That's what they prefer, I guess. Alright guys, I gotta spray real quick because that storm is rolling in. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I got going on today. Just threw down some Milorganite and sprayed some of the n-ext products, the Aerate and d-thatch, and that's all I got going on today. We got a bunch of family stuff going on later, so I gotta go inside, get cleaned up, and spend some good time with the family. So I hope everyone has a good weekend, and once again, oh wait a minute, stop. Before you go any further, before you click stop or next or click to your next video, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification. Oh yeah, and like. I hope I was pointing the right direction on all of those. But subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification so you get notified when we get new videos uploaded. And check out our Facebook page, Our Missouri Yard. We'll be uploading pictures and that kind of thing. That's all the social media we have right now. But I know Heather uploaded a bunch of pictures from right around the time of the garden tour, so of all the flower gardens. So you got to check those out on our Facebook page, Our Missouri Yard. So once again, on behalf of Heather and I, thanks again for visiting Our Missouri Yard. Have a good night.